Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we enjoy the summer heat. We enjoy the news and headlines we can find, and we enjoy your comments, ideas, questions, thoughts, and suggestions that can hopefully help us have a more connected live here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. How do you like that? And how do you like this weather? I'm schwitzing again. It's early in the morning, but I'm getting used to it. What are you going to do? Today is Tuesday. It is June the 20th. And as always, I welcome your questions and comments and ideas with a big capital Q, such as this one by Bill, who says, nice logo on coffee mug. When did you change it? Well, it all started yesterday, and yesterday nobody noticed. And today you seem to have noticed. And there's another cue from Brian. Is that some merch? Well, I think we have a new logo, and I think the logo is becoming sentient. And I think the new logo will become a mug sometime in the near future. I don't know. You guys want merch more than I do, but what are you going to do? I think the new logo is going to work as a nice t-shirt chingadera of sorts. But anyhow, you are doing lovely with your cues this morning. Thank you very much. And of course, if you're watching live for the first time and you wish to let us know so that we can give you a nice little welcome, all you have to do is write the word new. So new if you're watching live for the first time. Q if you have something really important to say, such as Brian, who gets defensive and says, we noticed. Well, you didn't mention anything about it, so how do I know that you noticed? There you go. Let us start looking at the news so that we can get on with the rest of the broadcast. And I want to start with a little wrap-up of what went on yesterday, just to give you some context of the soap opera that is unfolding in the political landscape. In what was viewed as an old-fashioned political rally, former Secretary of Government, now pre-candidate to the presidency, Adán Augusto, came to Puerto Vallarta, spoke, and he promised, of all things, he promised the completion of the Federación Bridge. Whoop-de-doo. This is hardly the big news, but I'm using this item as an anchor for a brief summary of what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Adán Augusto came to La Lija. He spoke. A bunch of buses that would ordinarily provide transportation for hundreds and hundreds of workers decided to go and transport people to go and listen to the politicians speak. These people are called Acariados, so that is illegal. And then the workers were not able to arrive to their work on schedule, which is not a fun thing to happen. But, it gets worse than that, or rather gets more interesting. You see, Despite the fact that yesterday was an ordinary working day, many government offices in Bahia de Banderas in the state of Nayarit were empty. Why? Well, their top level employees all seem to be um, invested in going to the rally. And I'm talking about Bahia de Banderas in the state of Nayarit. So, and I'm talking about a rally that took place in Puerto Vallarta, which is in Jalisco. So, if pre-candidate Augusto came to a rally in Puerto Vallarta, why was the event attended by government employees and students from colleges from the neighboring state? And they were all, looking pretty with their matching red baseball caps. Is it possible that Puerto Vallarta does not like the dude? I don't know. I'm not so invested in local politics to understand that, and I'm sure it'll become clearer in the future. But the other aspect that happened yesterday is the fiasco with the transportation provided by ATM buses back and forth from Puerto Vallarta to Bahia de Banderas. A total of 43 ATM buses and at least 10 more from the Compostela company opted to abandon their usual routes and passengers to provide transportation for those attending the event yesterday. And there is no justification for this. So now the subsecretary of mobility of the state of Nayarit, and Nayarit, I mean, this happened in Puerto Vallarta, but this is all Nayarit doing. Javier Macias is looking to investigate and possibly sanction the bus companies that now seem to have been acting under the instructions of Bahia de Banderas Mayor Mirta Villalbazo, who attended the event with all her posse. Our mayor was not there. So, I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What the fuck? Jerry. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't understand any of these news, but this is exactly what went on yesterday. I'm sure it's not going to affect your wonderful connection with the city, but I thought I'd give you some kind of context as to the political nightmare that we can expect happening in Puerto Vallarta, because this is only the first pre-candidate from one political party. The Morena party has 4 pre-candidates, and all the other parties are starting to announce their own pre-candidates. So all I want to do is hide under a rock and cuddle with my Luna and just be left alone. But I tell you, I do have one bit of news that is wonderful news. This gave me the feels. This gave me the best possible warmth. And I hope you will feel the same way when I put it on the screen. For the first time in Puerto Vallarta's history, DIF, the Integral Family Development Office, has endorsed and approved a same-sex couple, a same-sex household, to become foster parents, allowing a little boy to enjoy a comfortable home environment while waiting for permanent adoption. Now, I'm sure some of you will take this for granted, but government offices, particularly those in smaller cities such as ours, have sometimes taken a bit longer in accepting the reality of same-sex couples and same-sex parenting. So, for such couples that are looking to become foster parents or to adopt here in Puerto Vallarta, this is absolutely groundbreaking and beautiful news. So, way to go, DIF, as Linda Vasquez says. Absolutely. This is excellent news. And speaking of excellent news, let's look at the weather, which doesn't have excellent news just yet, but maybe in the future, we might see a glimpse of something going on. But for starters, Snarky Weather says, I wonder if Elon Musk will have his Thai cave rescue submarine look for the missing Titanic submarine. Well, I wonder that too. If you have not been hearing the news, apparently a small submarine that was taking tourists around the remains of the Titanic has gone missing. Hopefully they will be found, and hopefully they will be found in good health. Right now, we are enjoying 31 degrees Celsius. Humidity is low at only 49%, so that is a good thing. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees at present time is 88, and our weather forecast for today says we're going to have a humid day with partly cloudy skies with a high of 33, yuck, and a low of 24. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, will be a humid day with partly cloudy skies with a high of 33 and a low of 25. And Thursday, another humid day with clear skies throughout the day with a high of 33 and a low of 24. Any chance of rain? 3%. So we're not seeing anything exciting just yet. And of course, summer officially begins tomorrow at 2:58 p.m. Of course, this is only an announcement as we've been enjoying summer-like weather for quite a few weeks without a sight of rain. But that said, weather experts are welcoming the arrival the arrival of Adrian, the first tropical storm formation of the season in the Pacific, presently developing as a tiny speck off the coast of Acapulco in the state of Guerrero. This one, however, is already heading west from the coast, so even if it develops into a more intense storm or a hurricane, chances are that we won't even feel a thing. But this could be the beginning of the end of the heat wave. Let us keep our fingers crossed. Now, yesterday, I mentioned in our show announcement that I had a listicle or a mention of the 8 prettiest small towns in Mexico. This is, of course, courtesy of, hold on just a second, let me put it up on the screen, courtesy of Food and Pleasure, a website, and then I forgot to set it up, which was my bad, of course. So here it is. This publication has shared their take on what are the 8 prettiest small towns in all of Mexico. Let's see how many we know. Starting with Todos Santos in Baja California Sur. I have been there once, but I must say I don't remember it much. I think that's where Hotel California was, and I do remember visiting that. Then there's Bernal in the state of Querétaro, another pretty town. Then we have Coatepec in the state of Veracruz. I really like this photograph because it looks beautiful and colorful. But notice how all these towns look slightly different. Here we have Tepoztlán in the state of Morelos. I have driven past Tepoztlán but never actually seen the town. And here we have Mazunte in the state of Oaxaca. I've heard beautiful things about this beachfront town, although I've never had a chance to visit. And of course, Pátzcuaro in the state of Michoacán gets very busy during Day of the Dead, and I've never visited it either. And look at this beautiful, beautiful image from the town of Izmal in the state of Yucatan. I don't know if this is anywhere near that new train, but if it is, I definitely want to go and see that in person. And last but not least, I have this image from Huasca de Ocampo in the state of Hidalgo, which looks very beautiful. I see an aquifer going through the town. So again, these are the 8 prettiest small towns in Mexico, according to this publication. The article, which of course I will share in the show notes, also includes more details about each one of the towns. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but I'm going to take a look at your comments just to see if there's any feedback about this. Lots of good mornings as always. A pleasure to read you. And let's see. Speaking of Yucatan, there's our dear friend Gary. Greetings from a scorching hot Merida, enjoying a Yucatan breakfast. Good for you. I love it. I've always wanted to visit Merida. It's definitely on my bucket list. It's written down. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see what we have. Renee loves the new introduction. Yay! I'm glad you do. I had fun putting it together. Paula says, I want that cup. That makes 2 of us. I think I'm going to go to Cafe Press before the week is over and set some things up. Why not? Let's see what we have. Uh, you're looking good, Paco. PV Glow. Is that what you're calling the schwitzing, Gina? Because I feel schwitzy. But thank you for the nice message. Oh my goodness! And today I need to prepare um, a publicity to the effect that for my upcoming workshop on where is it? Do I have it even to share it with you on the screen? Do I have it set up in the queue? Yes, for my upcoming promo prodigy workshop, Gina and Whiskey Kitchen has agreed to sponsor the food for the little meet and greet that we're going to have after the event. So I'm going to reflect that on the event. We are very eagerly making all the preparations for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you have friends that are in nonprofit agencies that are looking to amplify their success as they promote events online, or if you're a small company, or if you're an artist or know someone that fits that bill, that are trying to understand how to better connect with new audiences, then please share information about this workshop with them. I'm looking forward to sharing and learning from those present. Uh, let's see. Purim pam pim pam pum. Let's see. Angelica comments, sometimes the politicians give them presents like hats, breakfast, or money wrong that the government workers weren't working. Yes, precisely. That's what we were talking about yesterday. And we call those people Acariados, or people that get carried from one place to another to pretend they're excited about something. Oh my God, the optics alone surrounding people at rallies in red hats, in red baseball hats. Yes, again, Logan, is going to be a shit show. And it always is. And even though they say that they're not going to do that practice because it's considered unlawful, what do you know? Let's see. I see your beautiful feedback about the news item from Deef. What a great story, right? I think that is absolutely wonderful. Let's see. Oh, Poppy. My dear friend, our dear friend Claude asks, where the flock is the rain? Well, I wish I knew. I'm ready. The rain is now officially late, by the way. Catherine has been to one of the towns. Bernal is gorgeous. Thank you for that feedback. And I'm going to agree with Sherry in this notion that I love the charm of small towns, but don't think for a second that Mexico is comprised of only small towns. I know that that's not Sherry, but I am often surprised when visitors go to our larger cities for the first time and they go like, oh, I had no idea that Mexico had urban this, that, and the other. Let's see what else. Renee Biondo. Renee, oh my God, I had such a fun exchange with Renee this weekend. I'm going to tell it to you because, well, Renee comments, Todos Santos recently, great margaritas at Hotel California, fun little town. Renee Biondo, who has the name of a special international secret agent, Renee Biondo, I am Renee Biondo, reached out to me on Saturday while I was in the middle of one of those 420 episodes in which I was best serving humanity by staying quiet and lying on my bed, when Renee hits me with this question, well, you talked about this little hotel once and gave us a tour, and I remember there was a fence and then you went up the stairs and there was a pool. Where was that? Renee asked me on Saturday, and I was high as a kite, and I was thinking to myself, what the hell? I don't remember. But of course, this became the most wonderful personal challenge of the afternoon. So I wrote her back and I said to her, I don't know. I am kind of in the middle of something, but let me think about it. And then I remembered what it was and I answered the question, and we had a nice little exchange. So I just thought I'd share that with you. She was happy. I was happy. She brought me coffees. I blushed. The end. And let's see. Oh, Sherry's going to be in Guadalajara for 2 weeks in December. Is that big enough a town? It is big enough a town. I am going to be stalking you in Guadalajara, Sherry, if I can get away with it. I want to see your reactions of the big city, but that's just selfish little me. Okay, let's see. Lynn says that the rain is late in Puerto Vallarta because it is stuck in the Pacific Northwest. Well, don't be selfish. Share some of that precious liquid with us because it is hot. And Renee, thank you very much. Special Agent Biondo. I love you back. And I love the fact that we are well, you created this beautiful community that I'm happy to be a part of. Yay. So this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. As always, I thank you for your company, for your comments, for noticing the little aesthetic changes that we're making around the broadcast. It was time. It was time to give the broadcast a little bit of a TLC. So we'll be updating some logos here and there and some graphics. So keep an eye. Good things are coming. Have a great day, and I'll see you again sometime in the near future.